What's up, Seal? What's happening, bro? I didn't see you in the Discord today, man. Did you take any trades? You didn't take any trades? Too busy? Alright, fair enough. Fair enough, broski. You didn't miss much. It was a bit of a shit show, to be honest. Bit of a shit show. I ain't gonna lie. South signal, yeah. I actually caught this on the 1 hour time frame. From a breakout from the key level. But yeah, there was also a 5-minute signal as well, so it worked out beautifully. But this was all just very rangy in here, right? Very messy within here. So I had 2 losses, and hi Samantha, I had 2 losses and a win today. So I was trying to get this breakout and the break even. So there was the break even from the 30-minute signal. There was a 30-minute signal right here. The entry was right here. Oh, no, not that one. Sorry, this one. Entry was right here. Just entered in. Stops above that previous 30 over here. About 20. What would have been about 23 pips, 24 pips. Price come down. It would have hit obviously take profit 2 in the end. But obviously once you go 10 pips in profit, move stops to break even. Most people got hit a break even. Some people held the trade. But yeah, price down. So we had the break even. Then I was trying to capture the breakout of this. I was trying to capture the breakout of this zone right here. So I ended up taking sales on the 5-minute here to try and capture it. Price come down, tested this level 3 times nicely, right? So I had boom, 1, 2, 3 on the 5-minute, and then it tried to pull back up, but then price ripped back down, closed back down below, closed back below this level. So I was like, all right, so price has tapped into it now. It's respected that level of support. It's trying to push up, right? It's trying to move bullish off of the support. Failed to do that. You get a big 5-minute bearish engulfing candle, ripping price down, closing below this level, and price started dropping. So I entered in here somewhere. I got like 7, 8 pips profit. Couldn't move stops to break even. Obviously, I waited for 10 pips, and then price came up. My stops were above here. So yeah, price came up, hit my stop, and then obviously started to play around a little bit, came back up and tapped into this level. Tap back into this level, and that's when you saw then the volume start coming into the market. I also then once I took this trade and it hit my stop, I was like, all right, let me give it a chance on the 15-minute. So then what happened was the 15-minute ended up coming down and closing below here, right? So this one right here closed below, and then the next 15 broke the lows, so that's what I entered in right here. Off this candle, again, got about 8 pips in profit, and then price reversed, hit my stops, and then I was like, you know what, I'll give it one more chance, because what I saw then on the 1 hour time frame was this candle right here. Okay, this candle came up, spiked out of the previous 1 hour high, so it's grabbed liquidity, and it also tapped into this level, right? And if you go down to the 5, you can see again the reaction from this level. Price came up, tapped in. Then you start to see this volume. Price broke this level, retested it, and then started pushing down. So I entered on the 1 hour, on the 1 hour closure. You can see this 1 hour candle right here closed below. Right, this 1 hour candle closed below. This one right here. And then once price tapped back in this level on the 1 hour, retested that level, the key level, and started driving down and breaking the lows. That's when I entered that trade right there. So, which would have been down here somewhere. So yeah. I have no idea how long equity edge takes for withdrawals. I have no idea, sorry my guy. It's Samuel? I have no idea, bro. No idea, my brother. Unfortunately. But yeah, that was today's 3 trades, right? Obviously I don't usually take 3 trades in a day, or within definitely not from the same trade, but in some circumstances I will. And that just comes from like experience, right? Understanding what's happening. I was just trying to capture this 4 hour move to the downside, right? I anticipated this 4 hour move to the downside. I was anticipating this show us the losses. I did. I posted them in the Discord, and I also posted them in the Telegram. Right here. These are my losses today. On the chart, I just did, Omar, but I'll do it again. Omar, you're in the YouTube, so you can go back. Just go back to the start, or like 5 minutes ago, Omar, on the YouTube, and you'll be able to see it. I broke it all down. But I'll also be uploading a video today as well into the academy. I still don't know. I suppose I do it in the academy, right? Because so this vote ended up on 6-5, right? It's very close. So 6 votes for in the WAP course section and 5 votes for in a Telegram channel. So I suppose the WAP wins that, right? Just by 1 vote. So I suppose I upload them into the WAP, into the course section. But yeah, I was basically trying to... Oh, what's up? Tucking, I'm up again today. You're up again? What do you mean, Tucking? You had a win? Took a win on the 30-minute signal today. So you held that 30-minute signal? Crypto Man? Jackie, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Let's go. But yeah, I was just anticipating this move to the downside based on the weekly, right? At this point, the weekly kind of made a top wick. if this starts flipping back bearish now, right? The weekly is obviously bearish. We've got bearish structure on the weekly. We've got a top wick right here. And it just set up nicely on the 4-hour time frame. You can see that price over here created a resistance, right? We had this high in the market right here. Price created a resistance and, you know, had this level in here. And then right at pre-London session, right, where we look for our trades, we have this big bearish engulfing candle on the 4-hour time frame, right? Which also lines up, you know, with the weekly bear. At this point, if the weekly is going to flip bearish, it would be from around in these areas, right? Because, you know, otherwise it's going to start coming up and breaking previous weekly highs. So at some point, you can anticipate. Well, I anticipated the weekly making the top wick and then potentially selling off. Whether this continues bearish, right, for the rest of the week, we don't know. But as of right now, this set up perfectly for sales during the first trading session. So that's why I was so adamant on sales today. I held it as it was looking bearish. Nice. Paulo, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Let's go. You guys post your results in their Discord so we can have a look. Crypto Man and Cooking if you want. But yeah, eventually caught the 1 hour sell-off with a 1 hour closure below, and this happened in the last like 30 minutes of the 4-hour candle as well. Is it a buy now? We've been looking at sales, Simmer. We've been in sales today. And I would say to continue looking at sales now below 2311.748. Big night, thank you for the follow. Let's go. Appreciate the follows. Let's go. So the current 4-hour candle is also, it's looking decent, right? It's looking decent, I would say. It's made a top wick at this point. So it's made a top wick. It's now flipped back bearish. It's pushing bearish. So if this was to continue bearish here, you would think that it's made a top wick at this point, and you would anticipate it to continue down past this key level, right? What do you think of buys at 2309? I mean, at that point, that's obviously going to be from the higher time frames. But for me, I like to trade the most current price action and the most current momentum, right? And right now we have momentum to the downside. Price is trending to the downside. And if we come all the way down into, well, not all the way, but if we come down into 2309, that's going to be down here. You know, at this point, at that point, price is selling off for the session, right? But if that's just my strategy. If you have your own strategy based on that, based on buys at 2309, then execute on that, right? But that's not part of my strategy, so I genuinely don't know. Can't give you my thoughts on that. Oh, I need to update the journal. So I updated the first trade. Let me do 07, 05, 2024. This one was at 17, 15. Which was London session. That would have been London Open just after. Gold was a sell. It was a type 2 15 4 hour full risk 5 lot. That one was minus 27 for minus 2046.60. Back down into the 46,000 range. Let me just get a quick pic of that so I can upload it. So it would have been this one in here. How was it? 27 pips. And then we had the juicer, which came at from the hourly right here on the break, and I got 45 pips. So that would have been that hourly closure below. Bum, 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 bum. That will go in there. Then this one was at 18, 6 p.m. London gold sell type 2. 1 hour, 4 hour, full risk, 5 lot, 45 pips. That was a 7% risk, damn son. Dave and Jarduk, thank you guys for the follows. Let's go. Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys. Look at this sell signal on the 5 minute though, man. It was beautiful. Just during that move. $59 pips. What's up, Bernard? Big ups. What's happening? What's happening, broski? But yeah, basically I ended the day 150 minus $150. But I just stayed consistent with the sales. You know, I got stopped out twice and I wasn't like, man, stopped out twice. Maybe it isn't a sell. Maybe I should be looking for buys. You know, I stuck with my analysis. I was confident. And I continued to stay locked in the zone. And just look for that entry. When did I try and sell? I was trying to sell in here, AMG, all in here, bro. So I had a 5-minute entry, which hit stops. And then I had a 15-minute entry, which hit stops. And then I finally had an hourly entry, which hit take profit for 45 pips, which made me basically break even for the day. Because obviously your stops and take profits are a little bit bigger the higher time frame you go. What is the purple zone? This is just closures. I love what you're doing, bro. I don't know how I can learn from you, big brother. If you want to learn from me, man, you can join the academy. Bernard will get you trading like an absolute beast. But yeah, AMG, I'll do a quick run through for you because you're on the TikTok. You can't rewind the video. But basically, the indicator, you know, gives these key levels. This is based on my strategy. So those in the academy are going to know what these levels are. But basically, I was just looking for a breakout. Either on the 5, the 15, right? I go from the 5 to the 15 to the hourly most of the time. Usually I can get good entries on the 5-minute to at least move stops to break even and be risk free and then be out of break even potentially. But here, I entered here first of all today, had the breakout right here, stops above here, and I was targeting like a 1 to 1, 1 to 2 ish. I was just going to see how price was moving. Triggered me in, right? I went about 7 pips in profit about. And obviously I moved my stops to break even at 10 pips in profit. It didn't quite get there, so price flipped back up, hit my stops. So that was the first trade. The second trade, I was like, okay, I didn't get the entry on the 5 minutes, so I'll go to the 15 and I'll see if I can get an entry from the 15, which was over here, right? So this 15-minute candle then came and closed below, and then this next 15 right here started breaking the lows. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to give it a second chance right here. I'm going to get in right here because I was anticipating this movement from the higher time frames, right? I was anticipating this movement, but I just got in too soon on both of the trades. So I anticipated this movement right here. Stops were above here, and obviously, you know, 1 to 1 or 1 to 2. Stops it again. So I was like, you know what? Maybe this move isn't going to happen during this session. Maybe it's going to happen during another session, right? But I just continue to watch it. I continue to watch the charts. And then price made this pullback here and tapped back into this level, key level right here in the market, okay? Lots of volume within these levels right here. And on the 5-minute time frame, if you have a look, price came back in, 1, 2, tapped, bearish engulfing price, and you started to see volume coming in then right here, right? Boom, boom, ripping price down, closing below the area, retesting it, right? It came back up, retested, which is important, and then started selling off and breaking the lows, the previous hourly lows. So this is where I entered on the 1 hour, and this is my last chance, right? If I can't get entries on the 5 or the 15, my last chance is on the hourly. And then here we can see an hourly closure below this key level right here, hourly close below, and then this next hourly candle started coming down and breaking the lows, right? And so that's where I entered, and yeah, core 45 pips. So basically, you know, minus $150, basically break even for the day, you know, with the risk that with what I'm risking per trade. $150 loss is basically break even, so it's a minor loss. So I'm happy with that. But I usually, obviously, it doesn't always play out like this, right? You'll never always not, get a losing entry on the 5 minute, and then you go to the 15, get a losing entry, and then go to the hour, right? Usually you'll either get a winning trade from the 5 minute, or there won't be any setup on the 5 minute, but you'll get a setup on the 15 minute, right? And it'll be obviously losing, winning, or break even. Not many occasions you get entries on all of the time frames, but you got to stick to the plan. I stuck to the plan. I remained as calm as I could be, and I just focused on the analysis, focused on the setup, focused on the analysis, and tried not to let the losses, what was that at that point? $3,500 loss that I was down to there. I didn't let that get to my head, and I just focused on the game, the trading plan, the strategy, and I let the rest do the talking. How do I join the academy? You can go to my website, Xauusd. Link in my profile, man. Link in my TikTok profile. Kenji boy, appreciate the 2 diamonds. Let's go. I might buy on 3311. Okay, 3311. I missed that Sal took Xauusd from the 50-minute rejections after that big fall. You took Xauusd down in here. What's up, Kim? What's happening, Kim? What price action am I expecting for MY session? That just depends now on this 4-hour candle. A couple hours left of this 4-hour candle, but basically so far, price has come up, made a top wick for this current 4-hour candle. Let me just get rid of that. How do I get rid of all this shit? Yeah, basically this current 4-hour candle price has come up, made a top wick. We've got the sell-off here, right? So we've got 1, 2 sell-off to the downside. Lower, we've got highs, lows, lower highs, lower lows from the 4-hour perspective. So really, what I would anticipate is continuation sells, at least down into some level of structure, which would be down here, right? This level of structure that's been broken, potentially retested. Because if you're looking at like this level right here, right, price is making at this point, higher highs, right? And we got lows down in here now. We got highs and higher highs. So you can anticipate that this is just a short-term retracement, right? A short-term pullback, short-term retracement in here. Where that's going to go down to, we don't know. But like I said, we could potentially look at this level where it could come down into. So you could anticipate sells a little bit further to the downside, especially with how the 4-hour time frame has lined up. And so, yeah, that's what I'll be looking at going into New York session. Sells a little bit further down, potentially. If we can break these previous 4-hour lows, and then from there, obviously, you'd have to see how price reacts at this level, right? This key level down here. A lot of consolidation. This was obviously NFP and interest rates and everything all in this area last week. So price could dip back down into here, grab some volume first of all before heading to the upside to continue the overall like structure right here with the higher highs and the higher lows. So that's what I would anticipate for New York. I'll look for a continuation sell-off to the downside, and then from there, see how price reacts to that level, see how the weekly is looking, see how the daily is looking at that point. Where are the daily lows? Previous daily lows, they're a fair bit away, right? Previous daily candle was also bullish. So again, you can anticipate, it's gold is a bit, obviously it's the start of the month-ish at this point. We've had NFP all last week, interest rates. So it's a bit of a mess at the moment. If you're looking at the monthly, right, you're going to say the monthly is currently bullish. It's made a bottom wick and it's pushing bullish, right? can potentially push up into these previous highs over here up from the monthly time frame. So the monthly is looking bullish. If you're looking at the weekly is looking bearish, right? Because now we have two bearish candle closures with lower highs, lower lows all through here. The weekly is looking short term very bearish, right? If you're looking at these lower highs in here, potentially a new lower high. So the monthly is bullish, weekly is bearish. If you go to the daily is kind of here nor there. It's bearish, but it's bullish at the same time. And yesterday's candle made a higher low and a higher high, right? And closed bullish, engulfing, breaking out of these highs over here. So it's a bit mixed match at the moment on gold in terms of the analysis time frames. Some are bullish, some are bearish. So we need to see what's going to happen from here. We need to see if the trend is going to continue in the monthly direction to the upside, right? Based on the monthly time frame and based off this move that we've seen in the market, and the current monthly candle is bullish and pushing to the upside, or is it going to follow the weekly? The weekly is bearish. This weekly candle has potentially made a weekly top wick to flip back bearish and continue bearish, right? We don't know. We don't know at this point which time frame it's going to follow. So we just need to be a little bit patient. You know, look at those intraday moves, and then we can kind of get an overall picture of the market and what is going to happen eventually. But right now, yeah, it's a bit, I wouldn't say difficult, but it's not, there's no clear direction for me right now. I'm purely just right now, I'm purely just trading price action and momentum, right? Do I trade Nasdaq? No, I don't trade Nasdaq. How many pips did I lose on the second trade? 27 pips. The first trade was 20 pips. Second trade was 27 pips, and then the third trade was plus 45 pips. So a couple pips difference. Couple pips difference. Oh gosh. What's up, Squizzy? Squiz in the chat. Is 2317 a good point to sell? 2317. I mean, potentially, yeah. That's not where I'll be looking for sales. I'll be looking for sales down in these ranges. Once I know that this, you know, is just a pullback, right? And we're going to continue to the downside. And the only way to validate that is getting a break below key levels, key support levels. But yeah, if that's your strategy, you know, then if you think it's going to sell from there, then execute, you know. But yeah, that's, like I said, I don't know your strategy. That's not how I trade. So I can't really give you good advice on that and say that's a good place to sell. Here he is. What's up, mate? Mate. I'm just waiting for a mate. I'm just waiting for a mate. Mate. Oh, here we go. Sorry guys, you guys in YouTube can't see the TikTok chat. Big rejections. Yeah, these levels, this is something I've been looking at recently. These levels, you can see up here as well, these levels being respected beautifully. We finally got that sell once price came back up and tapped in this area. Bing. And now price has come and tapped back in again into this area. I think another bounce of 2311 is a decent buy for 30 to 40 pips. 2311. Had a question today. I had a winning trade on that first 50-minute sell signal. Would have moved stocks to break even if I had been looking at the charts, but I was busy with the put. But it worked out in my favor. Obviously, when I came back to the charts, price had come back, but I was still in the middle. Of the trade, and I didn't move stops. So basically, should I move stops after I come back? I mean, yeah. If you want to follow the strategy exactly, Squizzy, then you know you would be moving stops to break even as soon as possible. If you didn't at the start and you still have the chance to, then do it. But you know the importance of moving stops to break even is protecting your capital, right? Managing your risk, because you don't want to be in profit in a trade and then price come back and you're in drawdown and then it hits your stop and you end up losing a trade once you saw a decent amount of profit, right? That's the last thing you want to do, because that's going to have all kinds of psychological effects, you know, going into the future with your trading and stuff. You want to, as long as you're doing everything correctly and your analysis is correct, you're following your trading plan, then you know, if you move your stops to break even and it comes back up and hits your break even and then flips back and hits your take profit or something, you know, these things happen. But what needs to stay the same is the reaction, right? The reaction, the plan. Because if you start changing the plan for every trade and every scenario, like, oh, today I couldn't move stock to break even because I was out, or today I couldn't move stock to break even because I was doing this or I was doing that. You know, if you're constantly changing the plan and you know, the rules, then nothing is ever going to be consistent, you know. So, and like I said, the reason for it is to protect your capital and to find consistency, right? That's why I recommend people do it, to find consistency, to practice those rules and to manage your risk and to not see as many losses. And you're looking for that 1 or 2 trades during the week, or you know, every couple weeks, that just drive in profit, right? And you move stops to break even and price just keeps driving, hit your take profit, and those are the ones that are going to make you your money. But the ones we move to break even, like I said, sometimes it's going to come back, hit break even, then go and hit your take profit. But a lot of the times it's going to come hit your break even. You will be out of the trade and you'll be like, oh man, I'm out of this trade. What if this hits my take profit now? Then it goes up and hits what would have been your stop loss, where you would have lost money. And then you'll be like, oh, thank God I moved stops to break even this time. You know what I mean? So if you want to find consistency, you have to do things consistently, right? So yeah, moving stops to break even, whether you know you want to take that yourself and move stops to break even once you hit a 1-to-1, or move stops to break even once you hit 15 or 20 pips profit, you know, that's up to you. But if you want to follow exactly what I recommend, then do it the way I've recommended doing it. And there's other ways as well, which I suppose I could make videos on. But there's other ways of doing it. For example, if you don't want to move your stop to break even because you don't want price to come and tap you out and then hit your take profit, something else you could do is once you hit 10 pips in profit, if price comes back to your entry to the break even level, you cut 50% of that trade, right? Or 75% of that trade, and you leave a small percentage running so that you can start to see how these trades play out, right? If they do end up hitting take profit, if they do end up hitting stop loss, at least then you've got most of your position off the market. You've managed risk, which is fine, and you're letting a little bit run to see what happens, see if you can make a bit of profit, or to see if it would hit stop loss or whatever, right? Yeah, exactly. And this is where the breakdown happens, Squizzy, of when people are teaching, and people often say, that strategy wasn't profitable, that strategy just didn't fit me, or it didn't work for me. Most of the time it's because people aren't following the rules religiously or consistently, right? They kind of just make them up as they go, and but like I said, there's other ways to do it, as long as you're managing risk. That's the most important part. Protecting your capital and managing risk. So again, if that means price going 10 pips into profit, then at that point you make the decision, okay, if price comes back to my entry, to my break-even point, I'm going to close 75% of the trade, or 80% of the trade, or 50% of the trade, right? That is managing risk, right? That is good risk management techniques in order for you to protect your capital, and continue to trade with confidence and consistency, right? But that is the way I do it. Buy zone, Tazzy? No, there's no buy zones right now for me. No buy zones for me. All right, let's have a look at the stats now after those trades today. All right. Let's bring it over here so the TikTok can see it. So that's pushed us down a little bit, right? Wasn't we at 65% yesterday? Or was we at 64? It shouldn't have pushed down. Maybe slightly, because, yeah. So what was we at yesterday? Was at 49,652. Now we're at 49,500 on the dot. Jesus. So yeah, it has gone down. Yeah, we lost about $150. So yeah, it's gone down slightly. So we're still floating around that 64-65% win rate for the year so far. Let's have a look at the win rate for May. Wait, why is it? Huh? Did I not put that incorrect? Oh, I done it. Wait. Oh, I done it wrong. The dates are wrong. So it goes. No, it's not. It's May. So it's the 7th of May. All right. So that should update it. Okay, we're at a 60% win rate now. We jumped from 100 to a 60% win rate for May so far. Yeah, I know. Squeezy, like doing the month first and then the day just makes no sense. You do the day, the month, because the day is the one that changes the most. So you just do day, month, yearly. Like, why is it monthly, daily, then yearly? That's that American shit, right? Is that how Americans do it? They just love being different, don't they? Them boys love being different, man. The Yanks. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. But yeah, bit of a messy day in here on the, you know, kind of going into London Open. London Open was right here, so we had a bit of consolidation, price jumping back and forth a little bit. This is obviously the 5-minute time frame, but you can even see it on the 15 as well. 15 just started consolidating around here, and then closer to that London session open. Sorry, yeah. At the closer we got to London session open, we start to see that volume, and then about an hour after London opened, we got that volume coming eventually. So yeah, I mean, it happens. You know, it happens. You can't always get the perfect entries. So yeah. You can't always get the perfect entries. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's starting to do that. It's starting to consolidate a little bit in here again. Let's see. Let's see if price can keep below this level. Price starts breaking above here, then it's likely we're gonna see that pullback coming into New York session open. Squizzy, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk around that actually. A lot of people say, I don't know if you know who, like what ICT is. ICT is like this, I don't know if it's the actual name of the person or the name of the strategy or both, but it's big, and ICT is like very popular in Forex, right? So a lot of people say that once everyone started to learn ICT, because it's like massive, most traders who come into trading, especially Forex, do ICT, right? And so they were like, you know, I've heard a lot of people say that once ICT's strategy started getting used by loads of people, it started working and things like that. But I don't think so. I think you can always adapt. You can always improve and adapt, which is what I'm always doing. And I see quite a few other traders out there doing. Not, you know, you won't usually see me. I'll always trade. I've always traded price action, and it'll always be similar strategy. But there's always, year after year, there's always some kind of tweaking, right, to improve it or to adapt with the current market conditions. And of course that will be updated in the academy as well as it goes. But yeah, I mean, it's always going to work to an extent. It's just, you know, tweaking. And but I've been using this for years now, and you know, I haven't seen no, you know, it hasn't changed. Or maybe once more people start joining the academy, the banks are gonna start, you know, getting onto me and being like, yo, this guy needs to be stopped, he's making too many millionaires, let's shut that shit down. What is he trading? Price action? Yeah, not anymore. Let's send him back to the order blocks. Let's send him back to the order block. Fibonacci, ICT, Wagyu beef, lemonade strategies. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but yeah, I doubt it. But yeah, you guys will all, the core strategy will always be there, but you guys will always see me with different shit on my charts, right? Like you see me right now with these zones on my charts. You're probably thinking, what the fuck are those charts? What the fuck are those zones that he's got on there, those purple zones? Like, what is that? Most people are gonna guess order blocks, which it's not. Because it's obviously, I don't even know how to find an order block, but I don't think it is an order block. There's no order blocks in there, I don't think. But it's something it's something I'm currently looking at. It's still to do with price action. It's still to do with the same concepts of the certain candles. But you know, I'm just testing a little something out, seeing how it goes. As you can see, you know, within this trading window, you can see the reactions of these zones here. And also over here, then you get that sell-off, right? So it's something I'm testing. If it's something I like, I'll add it to the academy. Once I back test it, once I forward test it with live market conditions. But there's always room for improvement. You know, there's always something you can tweak and try and get better at, and you know, just always improving, man. Can you look into Euro USD? Yeah, I'll look at Euro USD in a minute, my guy. I'll look in a minute. Hi, Bernice. Always got something up your sleeve. Well, Squizzy, once you're in that mind frame of knowing exactly how certain things work, especially when you've been doing it for a long time and you're looking at the same things every day, and you're kind of getting an understanding of different candles, different time frames, that just opens like 1,000 different potential outcomes, right? So when I'm looking at specific time frames and specific candles, there's probably, well, I won't say a million, but there's probably hundreds of ways that I can come to the same conclusion that I'm going to be looking for sales, right? So it's just me exploring all those different ways and understanding which is you know, more consistent, or which provides better gains or better stop loss, or it's always trying to find that edge and try and find that little bit of a gain in the market. You know, but like I said, the core concepts are always there. The core strategy is always there. You're just trying to look at it in a different way and from a different perspective to see if you can get different entries or better entries, or you know, just things like that. How did you start trading? I had friends that were into crypto, heavily invested in crypto. And you know, I was around them a little bit, and I started getting into crypto a little bit, and then eventually I found my way to Forex. Yeah, this is something where I think trading is for me. I like how simple it appears with just green and red candles on the chart, but there's probably infinite ways to analyze them once you get deep. Yeah, like I said, once you've been like deep in a strategy and in a certain way of trading for a long time, you start to realize that, like I said, there's so many different, the same but different ways to get to the same end goal. And so if I'm, for example, if I'm analyzing the daily time frame and I'm trying to find entries based on, you know, where I think that the current daily candle can be heading, right? There's so many ways I can go about doing that, right? If, for example, if I'm looking at the daily and I'm doing my analysis and it's currently flipped bearish, it's got a bearish structure, you know, and I believe it's going to continue bearish. There's so many different time frames I can go down to. There's so many different ways that I can look at that daily candle from a different perspective, from a different time frame, from, you know, the 12 hour, from the 4 hour, from the hourly, 30 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute, right? And using all those different time frames and using different candle closures, using different levels, using different price action to all come to the same conclusion, to try and find the best place, the best time to get in a sell position based from the daily time frame. You know, like there's just infinite ways. Well, chart patterns is basically price action in a way, right? Don't forget Euro USD. Yeah, I will. 1 second. I was just posting this on my phone, and then I'll look at Euro USD. But we're getting a nice reaction from this level again now. But yeah, chart patterns, price action, that's what I'm all about. Finally check gold. This is gold, Gershom. This is gold. What am I doing here? I was just about to do something. Can I speed this ish up? Speed this ish up. I need to speed it up, man. Speed, there we go. All right, let's do some of that. Let's look at the Euro USD. I was just doing this post real quick for TikTok because I want you guys over on TikTok to go and give it a like for me. Get that shit busting as soon as it's uploaded. And then I'll do some analyses. All right, Squeezy, peace out, bro. No worries, man. What's up? Hi, what's up, man? Yo, guys on TikTok. Give me a second. Let's have a look at, let's get up Euro USD real quick. All right. You guys on TikTok, I'll give you 30 seconds. If you guys want to go and like my most recent video, you might have to refresh. I just uploaded it 2 minutes ago. You guys go and like that. Maybe comment as well if you want. Then I'll do some analysis for you guys as well. I really appreciate it. I would really appreciate it. Dudes and dudettes. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, here's my live stream coming up. Very nice. Looks good. TikTok live looks good. Once you guys have liked the video, let me know in the chat and I'll do some analysis for you, man. Let me know and I'll do some analysis for you guys, man. Yeah, look at these levels. They're just solid right now. They're holding up beautifully. Let's have a look what it looks like on the 15. 15 looks messy. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Bum bum. Ah, la, la, la. You like the post and commented. Let's go, bro. See that? All right. Let's go. Let's do some Euro USD analysis for you. All right. Let's have a look. Let's get rid of the indicator first of all, and let's just look at pure price action. Let's have a look at the monthly time frame, and let's see what Euro USD is doing. Not looking good on the monthly, I'm not gonna lie. The monthly looks bad, right? Monthly looks bad. First of all, look at this consolidation. But previous monthly candle is bearish. We've got some rejections to the upside, so this could be monthly candle top wick being formed before it continues bearish, starts driving. We'll have to wait and see. But monthly is looking bearish. Weekly looking bullish. So weekly has currently some nice trend going on, higher highs, higher lows. And then we've got this week so far, of course, where we've opened up a couple of days. It's created a higher low and tried to start pushing bullish, but we're getting some rejection right here, right now on the weekly. So weekly is bullish. Daily, what I'm mostly looking at here is like the past couple of days. I'm in a short from 107,650, 107,650. All right, so you're in a short like right now, where price is right now. All right, so let's. I mean, if we're zooming out and we're looking at structure, right, we can see, you know, clear downtrend, overall downtrend structure, right? If we're looking at like these highs here, where price was in an uptrend, right? Price come down, broke these lows over here, broke the bullish structure, and now we've got the, you know, the downtrend structure in here with lower highs, lower lows. So this could be a lower high point right here. There's not really any level, there's not really any key levels where price could potentially reject off at this point, but there's a good chance the weekly can flip bearish. I would say price is tapping into this level. We're looking at the 4 hour. Let's have a look. 4 hour is 4 hours looking quite bullish, to be honest, but I think you can. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. TP1 1073. 1073. Up always. 1073. Round about here. Which is, you know, this overall level in the market. And if you're looking left, there is some, you know, kind of rejection going on from this level right now. But you need to understand where price is. And to understand where price is, we need to have a look at the monthly and the weekly, right? Let's take a look at the monthly. Tapping into those areas. We've only had obviously 6 days, 6 or 7 days. Making a top wick. There's definitely structure here on the weekly time frame, right? In these areas where price could potentially be rejecting. but it's not as clear on the daily. The daily is really like down here somewhere, right? The daily level is more so down here. Weekly. Yo, Adam Usendorf, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Let's go. I'm just trying to see. I mean, if we're talking about the weekly alone, it's quite bullish, right? The structure is very bullish. Not saying you can't get a sell-off, you can, but the structure is bullish. The daily is really hard to kind of, you know, pick out what is going on. Although, you know, the daily is currently in the upward trajectory. Yeah, it's really hard. This is... Look at the 4 hour. All right, so what I would say is, if it's going to get sells, the current structure from the weekly and the daily is very bullish, right? Because if you have a look at structure, we've got higher lows and higher highs that are being formed, right? So if price was going to flip bearish, which would line up with the monthly time frame, which would then be a monthly top wick for the monthly candle to flip and start driving bearish, that would mean the weekly would have to break and the daily would have to break, right? And the weekly lows are all the way down here. So you got a fair bit to go until weekly lows are broken. But you've got daily lows in here. The previous daily low has already been broken, so that would be a break of structure, right? So what you'd want to see, price is currently tapping into these levels, right? Currently, right now, this is the previous daily low. Price come down today, has broke it, but has tapped it and rejected quite heavily. As you can see right now, price has come down again, tapped again, and now it's pushing bullish. So what if you are going to look for sells, what you would want to see potentially is you'd want to see a closure below this level, either on the 1 hour time frame or the 4 hour time frame. That's going to give you some nice confluence. In terms of the 4 hour time frame right now, we can see the current 4 hour candle has broke previous 4 hour highs, but not broke the previous 4 hour lows. So that would mean, you know, technically bullish structure. So at this point, you know, obviously you're already in the trade, but you'd want to see price come down and start breaking these levels, right? If it is going to sell off, then you are going to get that pullback. If that happens, then you are going to get that pullback into this area over here, right, where price can come and retest this key level. But I mean, you're getting a sell-off on the you're getting a bit of a sell-off on the 1 hour right now. I suppose let's take a look. Let's go back to the weekly and have a quick look. We've got a weekly open right here, so the weekly open can be important. So we'll take a look at that. Previous weekly highs up there. We don't really have anything over there. And we've got previous daily low, daily open right here. Let's take a look. So this is also, this is also the weekly low that you're seeing right now, okay? Sorry, not the weekly low, the weekly open. This blue level that you're seeing on the chart, this is the weekly open. And so far this week, we've had 2 days pretty much at this point. No 4 hour candle has closed below the weekly open. So again, that's something that you'd want to start seeing, right? If we go to the 1 hour time frame, you can see lots of 1 hour closures below, but no 4 hour closures below yet. You can see strong rejection to this level at this point. So you've got an hour left of this 4 hour candle. What you want to see is you want to see this 4-hour candle close below this level, which is 1.07630, right? That is going to be key. That's going to be key. If you don't get a closure on the 4-hour time frame below this level soon, then I imagine you're going to see the weekly start to push up back into these highs over here. So first of all, wait on that. Held it. Wait for this 4-hour candle to close. You got 1 hour left. If it doesn't close above, if it doesn't close below, then you might want to start looking at starting to manage your trade, starting to manage risk a little bit. But if you get a 4-hour closure, that's good signs. That price can continue bearish here. But at the minute, yeah, you can see the clear rejections of these levels right now to the downside. Peacemaker, Pirates, and Patrillion. Thank you guys for the follows. Always manage risk. Yeah, that's good. Rudy, thank you for the follow. Does anybody else want me to do analysis on any other pairs? Let me know. Euro AUD. Let's have a look. First time in the stream, I won't be back. Failed 6 FTMOs yesterday. And you are talking about value, huh? Talk is cheap. What do you want me to do? Give you signals? Is that what you want? Alright, Euro AUD. I don't know why my computer took so long. Euro AUD. So yeah, look, you can see Euro starting to reject that level again now. Say signal in my description. I don't think it does, my brother. Where does it say signals in my description? It doesn't say signals in my description anyway. Anyway. Yeah, this is XAUS. Sorry, this is Euro USD. I do trade gold. Usually gold is what I'm looking at, but we're just doing some analysis for some of the viewers at the moment on pairs that they want. But let's take a quick look at gold. So gold again is rejecting that level. This level, these levels are proving to be just insane today. Nice sell-off incoming. So yeah, we can look at, you know, you can look at, I mean, there's only an hour left in this 4-hour, but you can look at potential sells below 2311.787 on gold, I would say, once we get a break of these 4-hour lows. But let's take a look at Euro AUD real quick, and we'll do the same thing. We'll start off with the monthly. First, we need to get an idea first of all what is happening from the monthly perspective. All right, you're getting banned, brother. See you later. This guy, man. What an absolute tool of a person. So, monthly time frame. Appreciate the follows on TikTok. Let's go. Monthly time frame. So this is Euro AUD. This is for, who is this for? Stuck deep. All right. So, first of all, what we can look at straight away from the monthly time frame is the current structure. Right. Current structure is bearish. We have lower highs, lower lows. That's very simple. That doesn't take an expert to say that, right? We also have lower lows. right? So first of all, from the monthly time frame, we've got bearish candle closures and we have lower highs and lower lows, right? Which means at this point, Euro AUD is in a decently strong downtrend. Okay, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. So straight away for this month, we've already opened and we've sold off to the downside. We've made a small top wick, not a huge one, not like these ones previously, but anticipation now can be to the downside, right? So if you just mark out that previous monthly low and also that previous monthly open, something we can do right here, and go down to the weekly and see what's happening on the weekly time frame right now. So from the weekly, again, you know, obviously we've got some strong sell-offs, which could have been, yeah, inflation, of course, on the Australian dollar, some inflation rates, which could have caused this sell-off. But what is key that has happened this week is that price last week price has closed below the monthly low on the weekly time frame, right? That's very key. Now what's happening during this week, what we can anticipate is that price is making a top wick. So we've got, so far I've got a 48 pip top wick, which is decent. So at any point you could say that once this top wick is formed, the weekly could flip back bearish and we could start driving to the downside, right? So if we mark out the weekly, the previous weekly low and also the previous weekly close, and let's go down to the daily. And you can see, look at the reaction to these levels in here. This is the daily time frame, of course, but this was the previous monthly low. You can see it breaks it, retests it, and also coming down. We've closed below the previous monthly low on the daily as well. Yesterday's candle didn't break previous daily lows or previous daily highs. It was inside bar. And then today, I think, yeah, we had interest rate on the Australian dollar. That's why we've seen a break of the lows and also now break of the highs, which was, what is this? They kept interest rates the same. So you've seen a slight reaction in the market to that. So at this point, if I was looking to trade Euro AUD, I would just be looking at sell setups. Right, I'll just be looking for sells just to continue with this momentum from the monthly, from the weekly, right, with a weekly closure below previous monthly lows. Onto the daily, obviously today's candle has flipped bullish. We've broken previous highs, and if today's candle closes back within this range, right, which is the previous monthly low and previous weekly open, then you know, you could potentially see some kind of pullback and a retracement from this move coming down. But basically, I would wait and see how today's candle closes. If we close bullish back above 162.915, you know, you could potentially then see a pullback on the cards for the rest of the week, coming back up in, you know, into these areas somewhere. But I would be looking for sells, and where I would look for sells is, what's this? This is the previous monthly low. If we draw this zone out from the previous monthly low, let's have a look. That's not the previous monthly low. What I said, that's the previous. Wait, it moved there. It got moved. So that's the previous monthly low right there. And as you can see right now, price is retesting that level. So price has broken, retested, and we're getting some strong rejection from this level right now. And the current 4-hour candle is bearish. So again, I say to you, Sukhdeep, wait for this 4-hour closure in 57 minutes, right? You want to see a 4-hour bearish candle closure at this level right now. And if you get a 4-hour bearish candle closure at this level with 1, 2, 3 rejections, right? There's a good chance now that once the next 4-hour candle opens and starts breaking the previous 4-hour lows, right, wherever that may be, there could be some decent sells on in here, right? But you'd have to go down to the lower time frames, potentially the 1 hour or something like that, look for an entry in there. But yeah, very key to see how this 4-hour candle closes. If it closes respecting this level, then you can anticipate sells on the break of this current 4-hour candle low if it closes bearish. So that would be my analysis for Euro AUD. Just look for sells, continuation sells, either from this level, or you could start looking once price comes down, because we are creating this structure at this point, right? So you could wait for now a break of this level, which is the previous weekly low, right, which have already broken. You could wait for a break and retest of this level to get in, right, to continue bearish. But I would just look at continuation sales at this point, because monthly's bearish, weekly's bearish, daily is bearish, apart from today. But of course today we had it had RBA interest rate decision, so that's going to cause a reaction in the market that is not necessarily aligned with the current structure, right? You're just going to get a spike out of either way, and that's what happens with news. But that's what I'll wait for. That's what I'll wait for if I was trading Euro AUD. You got 55 minutes for a 4-hour closure. Wait for that, and then look for potential sales. Only if this 4-hour candle closes bearish, right? If this 4-hour candle somehow just flips bullish from here and closes bullish, then I wouldn't be looking at sales anymore. I'd be waiting for the next level from somewhere, right? But as of right now, if this 4-hour candle closes bearish, you can start to look for sales during the next 4-hour candle. Appreciate the follows, guys. Let's go. Kalen. This is Euro AUD code. We're just doing some analysis for some people in the chat. Hand, Goran, Sib, FX, Phil. Appreciate the follows. Let's go. Matt, thank you for the follow. Finally, a guy on TikTok giving some education. Let's go. Appreciate you. Look at gold. All right. Let's analysis. Yeah, let's look at gold. Let's go back to gold. I know you guys like gold. I like gold too. All right. So what's happened on gold? It's broke the previous 4-hour lows at this point. It's took almost the whole 4-hour candle to do so. We've only got 54 minutes left. But let's have a look. Let's go down to the hourly. So yeah, these levels providing, you know, some beautiful price action again, rejecting from in here. 30-minute just came, pulled back, tapped into this area, and completely just rode to the downside, sold off massively. At this point, I mean, look at these 15-minute candles. None of these 15-minute candles have got top wicks. This one or this one currently. So that's something we need to just be a little bit aware of. If we look at the 5-minute, the 5 is very nice. Huge rejection. Previous 5-minute candle, huge rejection in there. So see how this 5-minute goes. Can we do the same analysis for GBP USD, and we got AUD USD in here as well? Okay, GU and AU. Sell or buy? I'd look at sell continuations on gold. I would just look at continuations. You got 15-minute closure potentially below this level in 7 minutes. But this hourly candle has opened up with no top wick so far. So at any minute, this hourly candle could flip back bearish. Flip back bullish to create a top wick, right? Could very easily do that. You see how it happened up here early in today's session. You can see over here, this hourly candle had no top wick. And then during the next hourly candle, this one right here, it pushed back up to create that top wick. And then it came down. So we have to be very wary of that, right? Again, the 1-hour candle has no top wick. But neither on the 30 or the 15. And this was the candle here on the 5, also up here as well. So just be wary of that. We can reject this level at any moment and then just flip back bullish. What the Xauusd indicator? This that's my indicator, bro. That's my indicator. You can find that on my website if you guys are interested. This is the Forex with Cody indicator. All right. So what do you guys want to see? AUD USD, and we had a couple people ask for AUD USD actually. So let's do AUD USD, and then we'll check on gold soon. Yeah, appreciate the follows, guys. Nicholas, Nick, Psycho, Sai, Fernando. Let's go. Let's go. What was it? AUD USD, yeah? AUD USD. Oh, and all right, and we do the same thing, right? We do the same thing. We start from the monthly. Boom. And we just have a look at how the current monthly candle is forming. And GBP, yeah, we've got GU as well. GU and AU. Joel Evans, appreciate the follow. Let's go. Let me just have a sip of water because I'm talking a lot. And my throat's getting a bit dry. So, monthly candle. Currently, it has flipped bullish, right? Obviously. It doesn't take an expert to analyze that. It's currently flipped bullish. But what is important that I'm seeing straight away from the monthly is the fact that we have broken the previous monthly highs, right? Previous monthly bearish highs. And we haven't broke the previous monthly lows. Okay, we've made a higher high at this point and potentially a higher low currently during this month, right? And we've still got 24 days left. So if we mark out the open as well, we can have a look at that. But mainly what I'm looking at from the monthly perspective is that we have broken previous monthly highs and we are pushing bullish, right? That's just what I want to see right now from the monthly. If we go on to the weekly, again, we've got a decent, I mean, there's a bit of a resistance in here, right? That price is tapping into right now from the weekly perspective. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 taps into this level, or rejections. So that's something that we have to take into consideration. But if we're looking at weekly structure, we can see higher highs and higher lows, right? Very simple. Higher highs, higher lows. So at this point, what does that mean? We've got monthly bullish structure, we have weekly bullish structure. Okay, so those two time frames starting to line up, which is nice, right? That's what you want. But we do have this resistance level right here, okay, from the weekly. So let's go down to the daily. Let's have a look at what's happening on the daily. Sorry, first of all, let's mark up that previous weekly. Let's go previous. Let's do the weekly open right here. And we'll do this previous weekly high over here, because this could be a level if price does pull back. It could pull back into this previous weekly high, which could give us a nice level of support. So if we go on to the daily, we're breaking this down now onto the daily. What has happened? Again, if we're taking a look today, this is AUD USD. So we did have interest rates today, right? Which is obviously going to cause a reaction in AUD pairs, which obviously it has. It's spiked out of the previous daily highs, so it's broke the previous daily highs, but it's also broke the previous daily lows, right? And what we also have here is the previous, the weekly open, the previous weekly close, and the current weekly open, okay? Right in this level right here. So with that being said, with price tapping into this resistance level that we know price has rejected multiple times in the past, okay? We've seen a reaction from this level. We have a strong rejection here from the daily. We have a rejection here. And now we have today's candle, which has rejected, flipped bearish, and broke previous daily highs, right? So now if you're looking at the daily structure, right, we've got these higher highs, higher lows in the market, right? Uptrend, which also lined up with the weekly and the monthly. But now that has been broken. The current daily candle has broken that structure, right? Which could potentially mean a sell-off. Now, here's this level that I mentioned earlier, that previous weekly high where price could come into if it is going to start retracing from here, right, and rejecting this level again, which we know from previous price action that it can. Then a level that it can come down to is this level in here, right, the previous weekly high. So at this point, we've broken the daily lows, which is this level right here. Let me just, can I change this color? So this is the weekly open. The white line is the weekly open. The blue line is the previous daily low. So at this point, you've got a break of the previous daily lows. You've got a 4-hour closure below the previous weekly close and the previous daily low. And now the 4-hour is it's flip bullish, potentially creating a top wick, retesting these levels, right? Retesting these levels in order to potentially continue bearish, right? So you can see on the 1-hour time frame now we broke it, we're retesting it. You can see this rejection on the 1-hour coming into that previous weekly close. It's happening right there at 0.66097. So what I would say for AUD USD right now is, again, based on this current 4-hour candle. What you want to see from this 4-hour candle in 45 minutes is that it closes below these levels, okay? Preferably both of them. Preferably this one, the most important, right? The daily, which is 0.66052. So in 45 minutes, when this 4-hour candle closes, you want it to close below these levels, and then you can start looking for sells, right? You can start looking for sells. You got current rejection of these levels, which you're testing into, and then you can potentially look for price action on the 1-hour time frame, right? Some engulfing candles or some strong rejections. And then you can anticipate a move away from this zone. That would be the only trade that I would look at right now on AUD USD, because if price comes back, if price closes back into this range now on the 4-hour time frame, this range right here, right? If price comes back and closes back in here, then there's not really much you can do with that, because now you're just in a consolidation, right? Price is consolidating within this high and this low. Okay, so if price pops back into here, then there's a good chance that it can just start consolidating again. So if this is truly a breakout of these levels, you want to see now price sustain below and start moving to the downside. And you can look at that retracement, right? That retracement sell down into previous levels down here at 0.65542, right? Which you're going to get a nice move potentially from this level, about 60 pips. So that's what I would anticipate on AUD right now, AUD USD. And if it does break above here, then it starts breaking towards the upside, and then you can start looking for price to start breaking above this key level, which hasn't been broken now. What was it in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, right? So you want price to start clearing these highs if we're going to continue bullish, right? And then obviously the next target is going to be up here, these levels, which is previous monthly high, or previous monthly high. I know it's up here, sorry. So yeah, that would be my bias on AUD USD right now. Just look for these pullback retracement sells down into this level. If not, if it closes back in, then we just wait, see what happens during the rest of the day, and then potentially look at tomorrow, see where price is going for the rest of the week. And just make sure you keep an eye on the weekly, right? The weekly is always just going to give you a good insight of what is currently happening and what can continue to happen going into the rest of the week, right? So that would be it. That would be it. I can't remember who that was for. We've had a lot of comments since then. But yeah, that is AUD USD from my perspective. Which is very similar to AUD US AUD Euro AUD. If you look at Euro AUD and then look at AUD USD, oh no, which was it? Oh no, Euro USD, sorry. Let's have a look at the 4. Let's have a look how Euro USD is playing out from the analysis. Yeah, so it's rejecting that level now. So yeah, this level is holding up. I can't remember who was that. Alin? Was it Alin? Halit? What happened? We closed below but didn't go down. What do you mean, TikToker? Which pair are you looking at? Let's have a look at gold real quick. So yeah, it looks like gold rejected that level, right? Yeah. So again, gold has on the 15. So what happened is, look, exactly what I told you guys would happen. Price came back up to make that 1 hour top wick. GBP USD, all right, Alan. Yeah, I got you, bro. So yeah, exactly, it happened, right? Like I said, price can reject any minute and flip back bullish to create an hourly top wick, which is what happened. And now we're pushing back bearish again. Let's have a look. 15 rejected. You'd want to see a closure. You'd want to see some sort of closure below this level. Preferably on the 15 or the 30, right? The 30 might be a good shout. But you definitely want to see a closure below this level before you look at sales on gold. But again, you got 40 minutes until 40 minutes until the next 4-hour candle. So at this point, it might be best to just wait it out. All right, GBP USD for Alin. Yeah, appreciate all the follows, guys. Let's go. Let's shout out some follows. Fino K, Anna, Quay, JJ, Edo. Appreciate the follows. Appreciate you boys and girls, men and women. All right, this is GBP USD, which is a bit similar to gold right now, actually. Sorry, let me just have another drink. My throat is super dry. But again, same thing, right? Let's go to the monthly. Let's have a look at the monthly. Let's see what's happening. Interesting. So from the monthly perspective, you're bullish. That's why I asked. I want to see your analysis. So you're bullish. Okay, so from the monthly perspective, let's just take a look for a second. So from the monthly perspective, it's looking bearish. All right, from the monthly. Now, this doesn't mean anything in terms of the lower time frames, but I'm just trying to gather a picture of what could happen going into next week, right? And for the rest of this week, next week, and potentially for the rest of the month. So that gives you an idea then of where to narrow down where to look for trades, right? So monthly is bearish. And currently we have blip bullish, made a top wick. We got a bit of a rejection here on the monthly. So we've made a top wick for the new monthly candle. And at any point now, this could flip bearish and we could start driving down to fill these lows down here, right? Potentially. Not saying that's going to happen, but it could happen, right? There's a good chance it can happen just based on this kind of price action that we're seeing right now. So the monthly is bearish. We've got the monthly open and the monthly low mapped out right here. Weekly, on the other hand, is looking quite bullish, right? Because we've got lows, highs, higher lows, higher highs. And this weekly has opened up. Currently, it hasn't broken the previous highs. It hasn't broken the previous lows. It's kind of just floating around open right now. Okay, so we've got a bearish monthly, but we've got a bit of a bullish weekly right here. So I'm just going to mark out those weekly, that weekly open right there. So let's have a quick look. We've also got some structure in here, right, from the weekly perspective. This kind of level in the market right here, which has been broken and is currently retesting with rejection, which is something you'd have to pay attention to. Also broke, you know, this uptrend kind of structure to the downside, made new lows. You know, we've got highs, then we got lows. Overall, right, looking from like a zoomed out perspective, but currently just focusing on the previous week, price is bullish. So let's go down to the daily. Let's have a look what the daily is doing. So the daily, as you can see, so what has happened is, where did the monthly open? The monthly opened right here. So the monthly opened this level in the market where price is holding up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections. Made a monthly bottom wick, you know, a bit of a monthly bottom wick here of, what would it be? 25 pips. And then we flip bullish, and now we are closed above previous weekly closure, right? Which is, gives us some indication of what could potentially be happening. So we've closed above, and now today we've flipped bearish, and we're testing that level again. And we've broken previous daily lows, right? So on the daily, we've broken structure. As you can see right here, we've had higher lows, right? And higher highs being formed for the last 4 days. And now today, price has broken that structure. We've spiked out to the downside, and the current daily candle is bearish. So this one's a bit tricky. This one's a bit tricky, to be honest. Let's just take a look at the monthly again real quick. Monthly, bearish, leaving the rejection. Weekly is currently bullish. We have had a weekly top wick. Now it's come back down to open. We've broken structure to the downside from the daily. To be honest, to be absolutely honest with you, Alien, I would not trade GBP USD right now. And if I was, I would want to see price come up into these areas, right? So if we take a look at the daily, I'm leaning more towards a bearish sentiment right now in GBP USD, based on what I've analyzed so far on this chart. Mainly from the monthly perspective, I feel like we can definitely flip bearish on the monthly, break current lows, and start coming down to fill some of this monthly wick, right? If we're looking at the weekly is sitting again, you know, at this level in the market right here, which is currently rejecting, which is current previous support. And we've had a strong rejection last week of that level, right? And now this week we've come up, we've made a top wick, we've kind of rejected, and we've come back down, right? And now the daily has broken structure. So the daily has broken previous daily lows, which is a break of structure. It hasn't broke previous highs. So at this point, I'm swinging more to the south side, but there's not really an area in here that I would look for sells, because this is just, you know, there's too much consolidation in this area. I would more so just be looking at potentially buys above this level, like to kind of break out of this range, and come and test like this previous level up here. That would be probably the best idea, in my opinion, which would also line up with the weekly time frame being bearish. But let me just mute this guy real quick in the TikTok. But yeah, it's a bit, there's not really much I can say on this pair right now. You'd kind of just have to wait and see how, I would wait and see how today plays out, because if this is really a break of structure and the weekly, the monthly is going to start flipping bearish and pushing down to fill the previous monthly lower wick, this could be a sign of it right here from the daily breaking structure. So you'd want to see today's candle close below 125384. I think that's the first step. Wait for a daily closure below this level, and then if you do get a daily closure below this level, then you can potentially start looking at sells to fill this range right down into potentially this level first of all, 124918. And then you're going to have to see how price rejects, kind of plays out around this level, because you can see in here right now, this is where GBP USD is finding very hard to break through, right? This level right here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rejections of this level. And so you would have to kind of wait and see how price plays out around there. But in the meantime, like I said, you could wait for a daily closure below this level right here, 125384, and see then if it wants to continue down and fill this range. But I would be, if it is really going to sell off on the monthly, you can expect price to come all the way down into these areas, which is like a 230 pip move. So you could wait and see if you can get a closure below this level, which is very important, right? If you can get a daily closure below this level, then there's a high chance price is going to come down into these lows, which is a huge move, right? It's a pretty big move. This is the daily time frame, so that's what I'll be anticipating. But yeah, it's a bit tough at the moment on GBP USD, in my opinion, from my analysis. Bra, Dom, and Tam, appreciate the follows. Let's go. No worries, Alan. No worries, man. Can you look at gold? Yeah, let's go back to gold real quick. Let's see what's happening on gold. Goldilocks. See? Rejection. Rejection of key levels. So price does not want to close below here at all, does it? Didn't close below on the 30 either. We got a new 30-minute candle now. We got a strong rejection, a bullish candle closure from the 30-minute. So if we're looking at the 4-hour now, the 4-hour is still looking pretty bearish. It's still got lower highs, lower lows. It's broke structure. Sorry, like continuing to break, create that bearish structure. But you are starting to get rejection of this level now. And there is only 28 minutes left of this 4-hour candle. So we'll have to wait and see how this 4-hour candle closes, to be honest. We're looking at the daily. This could be, if we're looking at this rejection right now to this key level on gold, right? And we can take a look at the 4-hour, it's rejected. We've got 1, 2 rejections on the 4-hour. If we look at the 1-hour time frame, we got a strong rejection in here. If we look to the left, we can see this, this key level being broken right here, right? This could just be a nice retest of this level before price continues bullish. Why is it a key level? Just based on previous price action, Lucky. If we just zoom out and have a look to the left, you can see over here we've got rejections. We can see over here we got rejections in here, right? Support, then resistance. Then over here we've got support, resistance, right? It's just a key level that price likes to react to quite a bit, and you can see price is currently reacting to this level again. All right. So if you look at this reaction to this level right now, and you can see this current momentum on the 1-hour time frame, this rejection and flip bullish, and look at the 4 rejection, and then go to the daily and have a look at the daily time frame, it would make sense if price is starting to reject here, right, that this could be a daily bottom wick, right, from the previous daily candle. It closed bullish, right, creating a higher low and a higher high. So this would make sense now if this is if it's a new higher low, in order for price to then flip back bullish and break previous daily highs and continue bullish, right? Which would line up if we go to the monthly with the monthly time frame, which is currently bullish. Okay, you're starting to see the flow of things, how things can start to flow together and start to make sense if you're piecing together the different time frames. Appreciate all the follows. Yo, Shiv, John, Kevin, Seven, Romeo. Let's go. Appreciate the follows, guys. Welcome to the TikTok channel. Do you think we test 2-3? 2-3. What, down in here? Oh, sorry guys. Down in here? That's a fair way away, to be fair. That is about 140 pips away. I mean, if you're looking at the weekly perspective, there is potential for the weekly to flip bearish, right? This could potentially be a weekly top wick now at this point, in order for price to then start flipping back bearish and coming down and breaking previous weekly lows, right? So that would make sense. We could come down into 2-3. But right now, I'm also looking at the previous daily candle closing bullish, creating a higher low and a higher high. Today's candle potentially creating a higher low for price to then flip bullish and break previous daily highs, which would line up with the current monthly time frame, in order for price on the current monthly candle to come and fill the previous monthly candle wick. And that would then make sense potentially if we start seeing a support being formed here now, right, at this key level, and rejection, and now price starts to move to the upside from here. Okay, that would make sense. Did you miss me? Yeah, I did miss you, man. Where you been? Mad. Indicators? That's my indicator, Sammy. Hello, Cody. So in this case, what would you want to see on gold to buy, waiting for price to come to 2316? No, in this moment, Nazir, I wouldn't be looking for buys on gold until you start to see, you start to see some bullish momentum. You at least want to see a 4-hour candle, a 4-hour bullish candle closure. I would say, in my opinion, that's just my strategy. That's just what I look for. I would wait for a 4-hour bullish closure, right? In order for them to give that confluence that we have that bullish momentum to the upside. What's the indicator? That's my indicator, Marios. You'll find it on my website, dude. On my website. But yeah, price is back into this key level now. Let's see what happens. I see it as sorry. Can you zoom out on the 4-hour chart on GBP and look back at 11th of April to see why I said bull? What's up, Tanui? What did you say? 11th of April on GBP USD. Okay, GBP USD, 11th of April. 11th of April. Okay, you're thinking this zone right here, yeah? You're looking at this zone, right? Which is where we currently have a key level plotted on the chart from the indicator. Anyway, but oh, you're getting that reaction from that level actually. But yeah, GBP USD is just, yeah, for me, rejection in progress. I mean, potentially, but I mean, you have a lot of price action in these areas, in here and over here, which didn't reject these, reject it, right? I mean, you kind of have it here, but there's just too much going on within this range for me at the moment, Alin, where it's just not clear enough for me. Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one, wasn't it? Back in here somewhere. No, this one. Okay. So it's this level right here. Yeah, it's just not that clear for me. Like I like really crisp and clear levels, and the fact that you've just got all of this mess in here most recently that's just not respecting it is just throwing me off a little bit. But if price does continue bullish, it would make sense on the weekly, right? Because the weekly is bullish. It just, at this point, it comes to whether price is going to respect the monthly trend or the weekly, right? And that's what we have to come to that. We need to come up with this. We need to come up with that conclusion to see what exactly is going to happen here. Whether price is going to continue bearish based on the monthly or continue bullish based on the weekly. And ideally, you would want them to line up and kind of match in a way to this in the same direction. Oh, so gold is close to it's rejected all the way back up. It's looking like it's trying to flip back bullish at this point. Like I said, this is critical right now because in 90 minutes, if this 4-hour candle closes bullish with these rejection wicks from, you know, this key level in the market, there is a good chance that we can see then this day we can get potentially a move, right, which could take us up. This daily candle could potentially flip back bullish, and then we could start getting a drive during the New York session. So interesting. Yeah. Do you have long-term trading history? I've started, I have my journal for this year, Sammy, of all the trades I've taken this year. You can see the stats on that if you want. I'll show you guys stats here. 62 wins, 34 losses, a 64.58% win rate, 183% account gain, and a total of 629 pips profit secured. And yeah, you can see all the trades I've taken here. Today I actually took 3 trades. I had 2 losses and a win, and ended up about break even for the day. I ended up just coming out with $150 loss today, which is good, great risk management when you know, I was risking, you know, hundreds to thousands potentially. Is that opened 11 minutes ago? What do you mean 11 minutes ago? Appreciate the follows, guys. Let's go. Let's get it. John Doe, Sammy, Richie, appreciate the follows. But beautiful rejection of this level. 4 hours flipped. 4 hours looking like it's going to flip. So yeah, 16 minutes left. Very crucial. Very crucial for this 4-hour candle. XRP. Euro USD. Yeah, USD pairs are pushing bullish right now. All on these key levels. Appreciate the diamonds. Indra, let's go. And here from the analysis earlier, guys. Remember we did the analysis right here on, what was it? Euro AUD. Playing out beautifully. Playing out beautifully. Beautifully. Looks like AUD USD is going to close back into this range potentially. So if that is the case, yeah, this would be a no trading range for me. I wouldn't take any trades in here. Only above here. Or like, you know, like below these levels. It was actually fun doing some analysis on some pairs that you guys recommended or asked me to do analysis on. I haven't done that in, I don't even know how long now, like years at this point. I've just focused on gold and sometimes GJ. So that was actually fun. 4-hour is potentially going to close bullish here at this point. Elon Musk followed me. Let's go. Little baby and Elon Musk followed me. Appreciate that. Check NASDAQ. Ooh. Appreciate the diamonds, guys. Let's go. Alin and Indra. NASDAQ. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Doing some analysis on NASDAQ. YouTube, did you also see, oh sorry, but I missed your comment on YouTube. Do you see also when it comes selling gold finds more resistance to move down slowly and we pull back to rejections? Yeah, gold loves pulling back. Gold loves a good pullback and then a continuation if that's bullish or bearish. But yeah, it loves to move, pull back, move again, pull back, move again. Usually when you see a move during a certain session on gold, it will just continue in that direction for the rest of the day. Hello. You smiling now? It's hot. Thank you. Did I buy? No, I didn't buy. Do I think gold will continue to dump? I mean, you know, in terms of the monthly, if you're just going strictly off the monthly, it looks very bullish right now. At least we can come and start filling some of this wick up here, right? We can start coming up into some of these areas, potentially filling this wick a little bit before we see more downside. But at this point, yeah, we just have to wait and see, you know, how these weekly candles start to form out, because the monthly is very bullish, but the weekly is also very, you know, not very bearish, but we have bearish structure now formed on the weekly time frame. If we're looking at, you know, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lows, lower lows, lower lows, right? We got that bearish structure. So I'm just kind of waiting to see. I'm interested to see how this weekly candle is going to play out. There's no news today, right? Ten-year bond auction. You cold?
Yeah, I'm freezing.
Are you? We're just always opposites, aren't we? Let's check the 4. So yeah, this is kind of crucial right now on gold to see how this 4-hour candle closes. It's flipping back bearish now at this point. What's the indicator that shows you the bias there? Is it Oh no, this is my indicator, Alan. You'll find it on my website, but yeah, you'll see it gives the buy and sell signals based on my strategy. So if you want to look back, you know, yesterday we had a beautiful buy during the first trading window from the 30-minute, about 100 pip move. Yeah, so that's just my indicator. It gives you the signals based on my strategy. It gives you trading windows, so it gives you recommended times to trade, which is within these two windows right here. It gives you the bias. It also, when you get a signal pop up, for example, if I go to today's on the 5-minute time frame, this signal right here, when the signal pops up, it will give you the entry right here, right? So it will give you the exact entry 2318205. It will give you a stop loss, a take profit 1, and a take profit 2. Boom. So yeah, it also gives you the key levels that you can see on the chart right now, which gold is currently rejecting. You know, this is a level provided by the indicator. It's just a nice little tool to you know, help you guys. But yeah, tea time. Tea. I got tea because my throat is dry as hell right now. It's on my website. TTT, what's up, man? Xauusd, we are seeing lower lows and lower highs, which indicates a possible trend reversal. What? You meant higher lows? On what? The which time frame are you talking about? Appreciate all the follows, guys. Let's go. You guys are going crazy. Nah, it's not publicly available. It's invite only, so you'll be able to get it from our website. If you guys go to my TikTok profile and click the link to my website, you'll find it on there. Manu, Manik, Ra, Enkus, thank you guys for the follows. Let's go. Let's go. What was we doing? I was doing Nasdaq, weren't we? Is the guy in chat who wants Nasdaq still here? My bad, my bro. Yo, YouTube, I'm gonna end the YouTube stream right there, man. We're live on TikTok if you want to come over. But yeah, appreciate you guys, man. I'm staying live on TikTok for a little bit, but I'm ending the YouTube stream right here. Peace out, YouTube.